Commissioners, I know there are many allegations against me in the public domain, which are widely publicized. There are podcast channels that are hosting specific individuals that speak so bad things about me. At least now I know that the Louis Vuitton bag cost how much money. I didn't know until they spoke about me in the media, and I went to ask my wife, what is a Louis Vuitton and how much is it? And I got to learn. I don't want to engage much on it. We know that Mr. Paul O'Sullivan, immediately after addressing the nation on the 6th of July, he came on television and he said bad things about me. And it did not start. He's been on this for years, commissioners. The relationship between him and Gerald Spear is something that's an open secret. So could it be that because I mentioned things about his friend that made him to respond like this? I said, this Mr. Paul O'Sullivan is working in the security industry as a security industry person. He once worked at the airport in Johannesburg, and after that, he then opened his own company. I know of, maybe I can put it here, commissioners, that, as I said, I've got informers. The Chief of Staff of the Minister of Police, Mr. Nkabini, used to work for IPIT. He has given me files about the modus operandi in IPIT. And when he used to be there, the role that Mr. Paul O'Sullivan was playing in IPIT. There was a fallout between the two of them. Mr. Paul O'Sullivan does not mince his words when he speaks out there. He just speaks openly. So I don't want to debate what he's saying. I want him to come before this commission and come and argue the things that I've presented in these past 3 days, that everything is a lie. And he must tell me why he says it's a lie. Not to come here and accuse me on something that he cannot substantiate, but if he's got evidence of it, he's welcome to come. It's an open commission. He must come here and say, this is what Mkhwanazi has done, this is what Mkhwanazi has done, this is what Mkhwanazi has done. For me, what I can tell you, what we have picked up, we are investigating. I became aware of this, I registered a case. The case is being investigated in KZN. I hope he also pick up things against me. He registers a case being investigated, and you see the outcome of it. There is a professor that I've never met in my whole life, Professor Meriti Haas. This is in academia, a violence crime monitor, analyst in KZN. I expect the learned friends and people that are academians to do research. You do not write something that you did not research. But from what I see, what Meridias publishes most of the time, it's a one-sided story. You hear from a person who tells you the story, you don't investigate, you publish it. I'm going to cite an example, commissioners, as I'm closing on this. The case, the famous case of the murder of a politician at Mzimkhulu in KZN, Sindiso Makata. General Khumalo at the time was a brigadier. I said when I presented here, General Khumalo used to work under Operational Response Division, coordinating operations. He only arrived at crime intelligence most recently, 2023, if I'm not mistaken. 2022, I think, end of 2022, 23. When these arrests happened back then, he was not anywhere close to crime intelligence. He was a brigadier. He's the one that was leading the team that cracked that investigation of Sindiso Makata. He's the one that found that the firearm that was used in the murder of Sindiso Makata and the vehicle that was used in the murder of Sindiso Makata are the resources that came from crime intelligence. It's General Khumalo that found that. And it's him that caused about at least 30 police officers to be arrested that were part of this criminality that are happening in KZN involving the murder of politicians and others. But when the professor receives something from Mr. Adams, that Mr. Adams flew from Cape Town to Durban in prison to go and collect it from an arrested person, and the arrested person makes a story that crime intelligence was behind this, therefore it's Khumalo. And they take that, they run with it. They have no clue. The person they're accusing is the same person that made this arrest, but you are accusing that person. Now, you will expect that maybe from Mr. Adams and others, but you don't expect that from a professor. Professor should have said, yes, you're receiving this, let me go and check and verify. Where was Khumalo on this day? When did he start at crime intelligence? What was his role? Who was part of crime intelligence when this thing came? You would have picked up that. So I don't know if she's in South Africa or she's not, but I'll be happy if the commission can invite Meriti Haas to come here. And many others. There are many other people that have got opinions that are making allegations against me in public. I invite them to come here, commissioners, and sit in this chair and present and give me an opportunity to come back and respond to your allegations. I'm going nowhere. Thank you, General.